Remember what you did yesterday? Remember getting dressed coming to school today? Marks. Well, it doesn't really make any sense. Mark on tests. In percent. $27, $48, $66, $50. And 2 to go, and then I'll hand those back, by the way. 50, 82, 77. So Monday, we'll actually start putting a bunch of this data in our calculator and showing you how to get it to do some stuff. But until then, it's the slow boat to China method, right? By hand. 68, 72, 58. That's a lot of tests. 70, and last one. Doesn't like to write near the edge. See? 78. Oh, it's terrible. Let's put it underneath. Okay, some decent ones, some very poor ones. Whose mark is that? Now, do you guys know how to graph stuff? You know how to graph it grade 8, 9, and 10 style. That is, each point at a time. Now, in the real world, we do things that make a little more sense. Because if you got tons and tons of data, you don't necessarily want to see every single point. You just want to group the stuff together and get a pattern of that data. Okay? So, this is what I'm going to show you how to do that today. Distribution, yes. That means something. A frequency distribution table. I'll tell you what it means. Okay, so yesterday we found the arithmetic mean of this stuff, the median, which would take a little while because they're not in order, the mode, the range. Was there anything else? Interval. What's another word for interval? Groups. That's what this is. We want to group or make intervals of that data. And you know what a bar graph is?
Yeah,
graph with bars. Yeah, that's what it's going to look like. This is a histogram. It's a bar graph. But it's not a special bar graph where each bar means one piece of data. It means several. Okay, so how many groups? Remember this. It says it in the book. What? Always between 5 and 12 groups. Okay? That's not always, but that's what we're going to do, so let's put the word always. So, what am I talking about? Here's my data. I want to group it, like say everything from 20 to 30, make a tally. Everything from 30 to 40, make a tally. 40 to 50, so on and so on. But how do I know where to start? You remember this range thing? What's range? The highest, which is which one? Minus the lowest, which is, yeah. And that is, I'm going to look it up because my head hurts. 55. Okay, that's my range from highest to lowest, 55. I want, in this case, I want 5 groups. So you would think, okay, let's go up by 11. But we want to kind of exaggerate that a little bit. The lowest here approximate, and this is subjective, right? So when you do your questions, the answer might be a little bit different than the way you did it, okay? Because there's no right or wrong here. Let's call that about 20, and then if it goes to 82, let's say that's about 90. So my data here ranges from approximately 20 to 90, which is 70. If I divide that by 5, what do I get? That's 14, okay? So what's a nice number that's kind of close to 14-ish? 15, sure. So that's not wrong either, but 11's a weird number. And I don't want to round down to 10, I want to round up. Okay? So, I want groups of 15, starting at 20. So in other words, my first group's going to be 20 to 35. My next group is going to be, and I know this is the same number, don't worry about it, 35 up 15 is 50. 50 to 65, 65 to 80, and I just need one more group, right? 80 to 95. Is that going to include all that data? Do I got it covered? Yeah, because I went a lot lower than 27, okay? And I went a lot bigger than 82. Do I have 5 groups? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm only going to plot 5 points. I'm not going to plot 1, 2, 3, however many that is. Make sense? It's easier, right? Like we want to do things easier. So I'm going to do only 5 points of data. That's what a frequency distribution table is, okay? It's groups of the data instead of plotting each point, because then I can see like patterns. Okay, so that is, as a title, that's the range of marks or the mark range, and I want how often did someone get that mark? The frequency, right? You know the word frequency. Like how frequently did I get a mark between 20 and 35? So now we start tallying it off. So 27, that's between 20 and 35, right? Mark it and then check it off. 48 is between 35 and 50. Check it, mark it off. 66, that's up here. That's in that group. Now 50. Which one do I do? We do actually put it in the smaller one, okay? But don't include it twice. Don't include. Okay, I know it's like, which group do I put it in? So let's put it here. The book says that too. If it's on the border, you put it in the first group, the lower group. Okay, 82, that's up there. 77, that's there. 64, that's in there. 68 is in there. 72, that's also in there. 58 is in there. 70 and 78. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I what? Well, again, this should add up to the number of numbers I have, right? Did I make a mistake? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Mine adds up. What? I got 12 pieces of data. Okay, well, you're missing one. You got 78? Okay, I don't know. That's what I got. Okay, so graphing it. Well, I'll put it right here. Here's a graph. On the bottom, I want the marks. Here, I want the frequency. If I can fit it in there. I may move this over a wee bit. Okay, the frequency always goes here. So what's my range? I start at 20. I don't want to start at 0. So this means it's a broken graph. So we usually do this thing to indicate that's a broken graph. Okay? So there's 20. I'm not counting. I'm just roughly putting this stuff in. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. So every 4, I do the next little interval. 50, 1, 2, 3, 4. 65, 1, 2, 3, 4. 80, 1, 2, 3, 4. 95. And how many do I have from 20 to 35? Yeah, how high does this go for frequency? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to go up to. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Not the prettiest graph, but I'm the guy marking it. I got everything's correct there. Okay. Once, I'll put a bar there. Only one time I got a mark between 20 and 35. 35 and 50, I got 2 marks. Okay. 50 and 65, I also got 2 marks. Here's where most of my marks were. That's why this graph is kind of nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I got a mark between 65 and 80. So visually, does that show that clear as a bell? When did you get most of your marks? Between 65 and 80%. Okay? It's not as clear looking at all that stuff that that was the case. Sure, it would, in a couple of minutes you could come to that conclusion, but graphically this is a lot more pleasing to the eye, right? One stellar mark from 80 to 95. Okay, this is statistics. That's data. Picture's worth 1,000 words, right? That would be a nice, almost a bell curve for a class for marks, wouldn't it? Right? Most of the people are, no, most of the people are a C+-ish, right? One better than that, one maybe didn't quite make the bar. Well, actually quite a few did. Right? That is a histogram. It's just a bar graph of groups or intervals of data. Okay, that's it. Any questions? Page 222. Just 3 and 5. Okay.